when you say mental health, what sticks out right away to me, I have two brothers that are clinically diagnosed bipolar,
Yep.
and one of them, his is mild, and my other brother was extreme. It was
Okay.
intense, and when he went through his episodes, he wouldn't sleep. He wouldn't sleep for like days, and he would have high energy, like straight high energy for amounts of time, massive amounts of time. And so I remember at the time, his girlfriend couldn't handle him the way he was out in back in California. So he ended up. They asked if he can come stay with us here in Colorado, and
Hmm.
so he came over and stayed with us. But when he came and stayed with us, it was it was intense.
Yeah.
My brother wouldn't sleep, and he had high energy all the time, so he would keep me up at night. And so like I was working all the time, working two jobs, and every time I came home, I would my brother would keep me up, and if I didn't stay up with him, my brother would threaten to throw me through the wall to beat me up. And my brother, who was doing this, is huge, like
How
he's
big is he?
thick. Well, he's just really thick, like
Yeah.
he's tongue thick, you know.
Yeah.
He's 6 foot, and one of my hands, and I have pretty tongue sized hands.
Yeah.
One of my hands, two of my hands is one of his hands. Like he's just
Oh.
overall really
Yeah.
thick. You know
Yeah.
those tongue are like that.
Yeah.
But he's also pretty fit. And so when he told me he would put me through the wall, like I believed it. You know what I mean? Like he really gonna put me through the wall. So I would stay up with him, and if I like dozed just a little bit, he would like threaten to hit me and just be in my face. And so mentally something was wrong with him, like we could
Yeah.
tell. So we had to
Yeah.
get him back on meds. And he when he would speak, it was like nonsense. You know, like
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
um and it's crazy because so when I took psychology when I was in high school, I had asked my professor if that's a hereditary thing, is bipolar hereditary, and he said it is. And so for two of my brothers, my full brothers, to be diagnosed with that, it scared me because what if that happened to me? Like what if one day, you know, my head just like breaks and I get crazy and I get like that. Like it's um a lot of like I feel like I bear a lot of like of hurt and trouble from my childhood, and I was able to turn it around, make it a positive thing, and be this amazing person. Like
Hmm.
um I used to like pity myself a lot, but now I've turned myself into this great person. Right, I've capitalized on my pain and be this better person. Uh, but what if something happens and that stick breaks in my head and I become mentally unstable like my brother was? Like my brother was mentally unstable for a very long time, for like months on end, and it was hard for us as a family, as a unit, to help him out. Well, fast forward into a couple years later, we were able to get him on meds, and now my brother is doing amazing. My brother is like back to his normal self, like he's taking his medication, and I don't think that he'll ever go through that again, because of where he is mentally today. And so God thank you for that, right? My other brother that has, I guess, by diagnosed bipolar, he's his case isn't as strong, but it's also very different, and it's kind of hard to talk to him,
Hmm.
um, because he'll just go on rants sometimes about things that we shouldn't talk about. Like my brother experienced, I guess his experience to him was very traumatic, which is what pushed him over the edge.
Hmm.
And um, and now him growing up, he held a lot of anger inside and a lot of hurt, and so he snapped, and now he can't keep anything in. And so there's certain things like in conversation, there's certain things you just don't say in conversation.
Hmm.
And my brother, since he has no filter, literally no filter, he'll speak on anything, on everything. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But sometimes
Hmm.
like I have to like I accept it in him, you know. And so sometimes when he makes those comments, I kind of have to be like, ah, but keep running with the conversation, keep it going, keep
Yeah.
it pushing, you know what I mean? And so, um, it's weird because his cases are mild when he does have episodes, he gets crazy. And so my brother that's like that, um, he used to be super buff, super fit, and then he got really big, and so he's really thick too. And the last time I seen him have an episode, he like broke. They had a brand new car, and he broke his car, broke the windows, and like was acting crazy, talking crazy, acting all this stuff. And his wife at the time couldn't handle it and was like asking me and my dad to go help him. Like I was at the house when he had an episode, and it was intense. Like I didn't know how to tame him because he would put me through the wall. Like he would break my windows. You know what I mean? Like literally break me. So we uh, ended up helping him, calming him down that day or whatever. But mental health, because I see my brothers do that and stuff, I feel like um, I don't know how to explain it. I'm very positive, and I feel like I'm blessed to be this way. I'm blessed to be very positive because it wasn't. I think it just comes naturally because I know the kind of way I think isn't natural for everyone. Isn't everyone doesn't always think as positive as I do, and a lot of people are very negative and they get caught up in it.
Yeah.
And I tend to not, and it's just like a trait I have.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't think it's a trap thing. It's because of your of your life experience. Because I've had people. Because like I told you before early in this podcast, I laugh a lot and I'm really positive. Like for me is and I've had people come up to me, and ask, "Hey man, why are you so positive, dude? Like, why are you so positive? Why are you always positive and always smiling? And when things happen in life, like I never see you get down." And I always tell people it's because I know what that side feels like. I know what being negative feels like. I know what being giving up feels like. I know what being lonely feels like because I've gone through that in my own experience, my own life. And because I feel like because for you know that side too, because that's how you grew up. So we don't. And when you've gone through a moment like that, you never want to put yourself in that situation. I never want to feel those. I never again want to feel. I know what being negative and hating the world and blaming people for my problems and just and having all these toxic feelings about myself and other people. I know what that feels like. That's why when people hate, I don't really care what they. I actually empathize for them because like I know what that feels like. I was like, damn man, I know it's not a good feeling being at a very hateful place within yourself and also towards other people in the world. And because I've gone through that experience, like I choose to be positive no matter what. Because it feels better. All right. Even if my car breaks down, if something happens, shoot, the other day somebody a couple months ago somebody hit my car and then the dude was wondering like, aren't you mad? Like, aren't you like, because he was a small Chinese dude, so he thought I was about to beat him up. I'm 6'3", like 240, so like so he's like he thought I was about to like whoop his out. It was like, and then and I was like, no, I'm good, bro. I'm happy, man. I'm good. They're like, it's done. Don't worry about it. And he didn't have insurance, so he thought we figured it out. But I always get that feeling. I always tell people, look, it's just I know what that feeling feels like, and both me and you can we've gone through that phase in our life, and then now at this point of my life, plus life is short. That's how I see it. Life is too short.
Exactly.
I could die tomorrow.
Think like that.
I could die tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I could die tomorrow. So like, I want to make sure that every moment of my life is positive, and I always want to make sure that what I leave with people, because I do care about people. Like I said, I do have this feeling of want to be liked because, so I want to make sure that I always leave in good terms with people, and that's why we have this natural. People think we're crazy. People think we're abnormal. But I think they're crazy and they're abnormal for being negative.
Yeah, right. It's normal to be positive. You should always.
It's good. Like we live in a culture now that being too happy, being too positive is now like a flaw in your character. It's a crazy way of living.
You're happy all the time. So what's really wrong with you? Nothing's wrong.
Or I've heard. I had a girl say that to me on a date before. It's like, what's the catch?
Yeah,
you're too happy. Why are you always happy? What was that? Like, you're are you a serial killer and behind closed doors or something?
Yeah, right.
I was like maybe, but
right. But that doesn't matter. What matters is.
But hey, if you want to find out for real, you gotta hop on this train.
Right.